good background music?
This is what was playing on my radio.
No way.
When I was young. And look at these old Sugarloaf posters. My grandfather, he did it. All of these old Sugarloaf posters, my grandfather, he was one of the founders
Yes, he
of
was.
such a thing. And here's the front door, looking out. The view of Sugarloaf, it's right up in there. It used to be wide open, but it's a little overgrown. This is my most my fondest memories from childhood came from this cabin right here.
I remember hanging out with you right up there in that loft.
Yep, and I'm gonna see that here. In the kitchen here, it used to be a hand pump,
That's right.
and no electricity. It used to be those right here,
Yeah.
gas lamps.
And remember there were bunk beds in the bedroom?
And the gondolas, oh, there's no more gondolas. Sorry. There's no more gondolas, but those were...
Sweetheart, when you get a chance, will you take off your shoes?
Yes. And here's my cousin Kim. And these used to be bunk beds in here. And the loft is up here. And this was my favorite place to be when I was a kid. And I'd peek right over the edge to the kitchen where everyone was cooking. And there's a new back door. And here's, this was, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down kind of thing with buckets of water that we would pour. And the log, the rafters. This is a legitimate log cabin.
It is the oldest chalet on the mountain.
This is legitimate.
The architect dad says it's a chalet. Georgie had an architect.
Wow,
The original burned down.
it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. My fondest memories as a child came from here. Thank you, Kim.
Love you.
Okay, and here we are up in the loft. Cousin Kim.
Hi, cousin Shawnee.
As kids, we would come up here in the loft, and we would hang out up here, hang out over the edge,
I remember eating malted milk balls.
and we'd be checking out everybody doing their thing down there.
Laughing.
There's my, is he my cousin, nephew or cousin? What is
He's
he?
your first cousin. Once
Max.
you-
You cousin.
He is awesome.
You're awesome.
He is awesome. But we would come up here as kids, and we'd just like peer down, have people in the kitchen doing some kitchen work. We'd come over and just peek over, and
Yeah.
then these beams.
Yeah.
We would get, or I would anyway, I would get on these beams, and I would
so.
crawl across these beams.
Yeah.
And
I think you were always scheming about climbing on beams.
well,
Shawnee.
I know I got on those beams several
Shawnee,
times.
this wasn't here, was it? Did they have this fireplace?
There was, yes. So there was some kind of stovepipe. But anyway, this is awesome. And
Yeah.
this is it right here. This was a good place when we were little kids. This was our perch right here.
Yeah. I think
This
we'd
was our
sleep
perch.
up here, right?
Yeah. I slept up here many times.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh, it's good to have
thank
Shawnee
you.
here.
And thank you, Georgie, for building this.
Thank you,
And
Grandpa
Georgie, Grandpa Georgie, one of the founding fathers of Sugarloaf,
That's
USA.
Right. That's right.
He made this haven for us, and it is a very, very special place.
blessing,
So
yeah.
thank you. Thank you, Lord, for that.
Thank you, Lord. Shinnying
Yeah,
on your booties.
that's right.
On your booties, I think.
And these would be the bunk bed area. Yeah, we'd get on this beam right here.
Was it 3 bunks on each side?
It was 2. I think it was just 2.
Okay.
2 bunks.
On each.
Yeah.
So it was 4 altogether.
Bottom floor, second floor.
Really
Yeah.
dark, from
Yeah.
what I can remember.
Yeah.
Now, when you guys were coming up, was it would your parents come too, or would it just be like?
Maybe about half the time. Half the time they'd come. So a lot of the times it would be a full house, but sometimes it would just be Georgie and the kids.